everybody's almost on the same level. But when you get to the pros, and actually, as you're getting better, you spawn guys that's 20-0, 15-0, guys that's 50 pounds heavier than you. So that's the difference.
So
the competition level goes up.
The level of competition is completely
goes all the way up. Yes.
Yeah. You say 5 years. How many fights you got right now?
I'm 6-0, five knockouts.
Oh,
go ahead.
No, I was just gonna ask you that. 5 years, 6 fights. Was it a reason? I mean, of course, this year was a wash for everybody. But so basically, six fights in 5 years. What's the reason for the inactivity, or is it just finding fights?
No, I was on hold for 3 years. I was actually in a legal battle. With the court system for since 2017.
Okay.
So that's just been and I'm finally done with that. That's been the whole up. That's it.
That's a good enough reason. Trying to stay fuck that boxing, man. I'm trying to stay on. You fought? Didn't you fight at the baseball? At that next fight thing?
At Skeeter or Scooter or Skeet?
Yeah, Skeeters. I think the Skeeters.
Yeah. And Sugar.
How was that, man?
Oh no, that was a good experience. I like it.
It looked cool. They say I didn't go out there.
I like the way it looked. I think the weather was kind of it was cool that night, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was kind of windy at the end, towards the end of the night.
I think it's a good idea, and I think it's a good location. But I really like when they do the shows at the Shiner Arena, because it's a little bit more smaller. So when it gets packed, it gives you more energy. You lose some of that energy when you got that open field, unless that the stadium's fucking packed. But hopefully one day they get to that stage. How has it been? Like Coach said, this whole year has been a fucking wash for everyone. But how have you been handling the whole the COVID situation? Have you been training? What's your management been talking to you about? How what's your next fight lined up for? What are your plans?
Well, we're supposed to be fighting September 12th. I don't. In hard times and trials and tribulation, I'm a man of God, so I just look at it like, whatever God wants, whatever it's going to be, is going to be. I don't get too stressed out about it or, worry about it too much, about pretty much nothing. I just really leave everything in God's hand. But I just do a lot of training, working out 2 or 3 times a day, like always, with a fight or without a fight. I'm just continue to try to elevate my game, because the time is going to come eventually. So it's better to be prepared.
Who are some of the fighters that you like watching, or you try to emulate, or what style of boxing would you consider yourself to be?
Emulate. Probably more of a old school. I'm an old school type of fighter. Probably just a little quicker. Power-wise, mentality-wise, probably like a Southern Liston, Rocky Marciano, hard work, like dedication and hard work-wise, but more like a Southern Liston type of style. Just I believe a little quicker. But my favorites are like Ali and Mike Tyson, Canelo, them type of guys. So
out of your 6 fights, you had 3 knockouts, so you got some power behind that punch, huh?
5 knockouts.
5 knockouts? My bad. My information.
I mean, everybody went down. My first fight, he didn't stay down.
Oh, okay.
So
you a cruiserweight, huh, Rick?
Yes, sir. Cruiserweight.
Yeah, it's hard not to punch, but you got a bunch of thrust behind you, bro.
Yeah.
You pity pat with the big boys, man. They gonna knock you out. I know for me, man, Sonny Liston, bro. in my mind, Sonny Liston probably had the best jab in boxing. I know it doesn't get said a lot. A lot of people don't pick up on, in boxing, you could learn a lot from a guy depending on how he answers questions, right? So a lot of guys, you ask them and they just regurgitate, what everybody else says. Like you say something about unappreciated, everybody says Larry Holmes. And I'm like, Larry Holmes is in everybody's top 10 ever in the history of boxing. What's going on about great Larry Holmes is, man? But that caught on, like they caught on as a thing, so everybody says it. I say Larry Holmes because the best jab in the world is always Larry Holmes. Everybody, but yet he's underrated. But everybody in the whole world says he's the best jab. I know for me, Sonny Liston, man, that jab. I don't think anybody got the extension and full power on the jab like that, man. That was awesome. It was like a 2x4 coming across, hitting somebody in the mouth, man. And Sonny Liston was a lot older than people realized when he was fighting. Man. A lot of people don't realize that. They think because he just got the title from Patterson that he was, still a young dude. Man, that dude probably 40 years old, man.
He was, yeah. I did some research. They still don't know how old he was.
No, they really don't. They really don't know how old he was. He was one of them old jailhouse. He probably used to lift car motors and shit.
Yeah,
man. Sonny Liston, man. I'm a fan, man. My father told me about him too, Sonny Liston, man, how great he was. It was sad at the end, but yeah, that's boxing. It's more sad stories than real stories, but I mean, than happy endings. But Sonny Liston, that's a great model. When you look at correct fighting, correct boxing. That's a bad man, bro.
That's a bad man.
What do you think about this Tyson Roy Jones Jr. fight coming up?
Yeah, I love both of them guys. I love Roy Jones Jr., but he don't have a chance with Mike Tyson.
So
he don't have a chance.
So is it true that they have a no knockout rule?
I ain't hearing nothing about that.
I heard there was a no knockout rule in the contract. And then what were they saying? Was it WBC? Them saying that they should wear headgear and 16-ounce gloves.
Well, that's not a real fight.
Right.
That's not a real fight then. I ain't hear that.
No, I mean, they were trying to. I know they're not doing the headgear in the 16-ounce glove, but I don't know. I think that no knockout rule is real. We'll find out.
The WBC don't have shit to do with it. They're just trying to make headlines. Somebody must have asked for something.
Yeah.
What kind of struck me on the fight was when I found out that Mike is supposed to be doing a league with these Thriller people, the people who's hosting the fight, through their app. And come to find out, Mike's doing a Legends League where he plans on getting a bunch of old retired fighters competing. So that kind of let me know why they doing it. But hell, Mike, it ain't like Mike's gonna stick and move, bro. So he'll accidentally hurt Roy Jones. He'll accidentally keep punching and catching, man.
That's what I'm saying.
Now, I'm not a fan of Roy Jones, but I know how great he is, super fast, all that good shit. But man, he been knocked out by everybody, man. And if Tyson pitches a bitch for a round, and not like he got motored around anyway. People forget how them boys looked in that last fight, man. Mike was sitting on his ass, bro, with a dude who couldn't carry his motherfucking jockstrap 10 years before that. And Mike was like, man, fuck this. And he said it at the end. He was like, man, I shouldn't be boxing. I don't want to box. So do they want to box? I hope they don't hurt each other. I don't want them to. I don't want them to really try to hurt each other. But at the same time, man, you know, like they talk about boxing styles make fights. Listen, man, Tyson goes forward and he slips going forward. That's his defense.
It's over.
And Roy Jones did everything wrong. So he got away with it because he was such a phenomenal athlete. But he was a phenomenal athlete in 20 years, man. So now maybe Roy leans into one, you know, with everything he got and catches Mike. Who knows? Who knows? That's why I tell people, you can't predict this fight, man. You talking about two dudes in their 50s, man. You don't know what the fuck's gonna happen.
You don't know what's gonna happen. Yeah.
You don't know what's gonna happen, man. There's a lot of gas hopping around, you know. But it ain't like Roy Jones was ever a combination puncher. You know, he's a counter puncher. He wait for you to throw a punch so he can pot shot.
Yep.
And Mike's trained to throw 3 or 4 shots at a time. You know,
power shots.
The jabs just to close the distance and let them shots go around shots. So who knows what's gonna happen? I'm gonna watch it, but anybody saying, "Oh, this one's gonna win," it's gonna win. Who knows what's gonna happen?
I think it's good for boxing. Bring some energy back while everyone has been.
I agree.
Yeah,
I'm gonna watch it. I'm gonna watch it.
They're gonna take my $50 my little 50. Coach Hyman says
I'm gonna watch it. I'm gonna watch it just in case Mike sends his ass to the moon. I'm gonna watch it. I don't want this.
Coach Hyman says it's not going to be a fight. It's going to be more like a sparring session of that. More like Julio Cesar Chavez Sr. has been doing.
I agree.
Yeah, man. So who else you like watching? What are the current fighters you like watching right now?
You know, Wilder, Anthony Joshua, Canelo.
Who's your top heavyweight?
My top heavyweight. Now I know who is the top heavyweight. That's Fury. But my top heavyweight would be Wilder and Anthony Joshua.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What you think, Ken? What you think should be Wilder's next move, man?
He got to go get that title back. He got to go get that belt back. He got to redeem himself. You can't go no other way but back to Fury.
Go ahead
Ain't no running. You got to go get that back.
I don't know.
I think that's what he's going to do. I think he's going to try.
I think he's going to try. Fury a bad man, though. Fury a bad man.
I was watching a thing the other day on biblical history, right? And the Dead Sea Scrolls that they found, I forget when they found them, boy, was chunking in the cave.
That's a conspiracy theory.
No, they found Dead Sea Scrolls and ancient.
Yeah. Now, I remember about 20 years ago, it used to be considered a conspiracy theory.
Oh yeah. They consolidated it now. It goes back to like 300. I mean, only like a couple hundred years after Jesus left. But I say that to say this: the Dead Sea Scrolls, when they was talking about David and Goliath, the Dead Sea Scrolls conflict what the story we all been told. They were saying, like, you know, the giant became bigger and bigger. As time went on, he was bigger and bigger and bigger, right? But the Dead Sea Scroll has him as like 4 cubits and something. And it equals to 6'9" of our measurements.
That's it.
And I said, when you stand next to a 6'9" guy, I'm 6'1", right? So if I'm standing next to a 6'9" guy, he's big. That's a big motherfucker. His shoulders are this wide. But the average man back then 5'7", 5'8", right? Well, that's really a giant. He's really a giant.